Watch out. Trust me. It's like you got guardians, I always look to see how many they got. All custom manufactured. Somebody really number of same houses all over. Custom manufactured. 10 houses.
Yes. Come on. How are you, sir?
I see you very evil. If you want me to leave, I will.
No. It's very common.
That's one thing. Yeah, I mean. We have. I mean, it's really everything.
That's fine with me. Definitely better than the alternative. You know. And if
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Greater Huntsville. Man, this is awesome today. I think this is the largest crowd we've had in here since pre-COVID, so this is fabulous. Give yourselves a hand for being here today. Thank you so much. Got a good group on Zoom as well, and Bill's bringing out the red fender today, so I'm excited. Bill, take us away.
Don't get your hopes up. We're gonna do a little rock and roll today. My buddy Holly, Tom Baxter said I had to wear these. We're gonna do Buddy Holly, so. I hope I can see the words. We'll try it. Let me try that again. They can't even see the guitar.
Great to find it any Wednesday. Thank you so much. All right, leading us to the Pledge of Allegiance is Gary Donald.
Please place the flag. Place the flag. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Mike's leading us in the invocation. Thanks, Mike.
Please pray with me. As we gather here today as members of Rotary, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens, to our community, and to reaffirm our commitment to the Rotary four-way test: truthfulness, fairness, goodwill, and beneficial to all concerned. Bless and watch over all emergency responders, service members, and those who have prepared our meal today. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, go ahead and finish eating. We'll start in just a minute. Thank you.
Hey, Rudy.
Sure haven't eaten it. Man. What I'm gonna do to test. Test. So you, Bell Richardson downstairs.
Hey, team, Ship has a quick announcement to make for everybody. If you could listen up, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so glad that you are here, my fellow Rotarians. I just wanted to make an announcement. Due to the weather, if we have a tornado watch or a tornado warning, just know that the meeting will have to be placed as a halt because we do have our internal employees are designated to come to this redstone room as a safe area. So the meeting may be on pause, or it may not, but hopefully it will be a great meeting. All right? Thank you, guys.
And it's almost like, whatever. That is.
That's like that.
Great. How are you doing? Glad you like your desk.
There was some pressure.
And then going home, so I can be just wherever I am.
Kind of open.
No, he's totally a person.
I do a lot of contract.
There are a lot of people that have worked from home, so they can get started and it's not, and they love it. Yeah. So it's kind of a demographic thing.
Hey, Ray Baker.
And it's definitely seems to be kind of an age thing. Although my son's,
Well, no, I mean.
he's a big fan of healthcare company that wasn't working
His father passed away.
Minneapolis. He's on the road constantly traveling. And it's nicer if he's not in a plane. But, you know, I mean, and all his team is spread all. You can't cut down.
Right now, I'm living in assisted living in memory. Remember me? I took her 3 things.
We're just doing all the phone.
She has said it sometimes. I have.
Hey, Ray. Ray Baker. How's Dodie doing?
I remember there were times that, I wanted to try to correct something. Well, I'm staying at her house. Because Sherry's still.
Hey, Ray, can you hear me?
That's what I'm not looking forward to having.
How's Dodie doing?
No, they bought it. North Carolina to Texas. Sort of half year experience. I guess he felt like he was here, so I could take care of it. So, yeah, Woody. Interesting. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, they're working on it. I don't know what they're gonna turn into.
Soccer stadium.
Oh, is it a soccer stadium?
Consistent with the.
Does your next to rotate?
Yeah, I had a friend who came and visited me last week. That's super beautiful. And it rains. What a small view. Really?
Big time.
Some of the development when you're. That's the only thing that's there.
I know, I was like, oh,
My friend, I was working.
there was some local concert.
Walked in.
I was in that weekend. I'm like, oh.
It was like a sketch of the White House, and under it was a recognition from the History Foundation. I was on, and my signature was on it. It's right next to the ground. So it's hanging there. And I was
I don't know if y'all know.
That was a sheriff.
But our president remains there. Neil. Yeah.
It'd be great if he was online.
Yeah.
We're not doing anything about it. And luxury camping. Glamping. Yeah. With the shower.
We know. Yeah, we did. We did.
That's it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Calvin and I took our granddaughter. And it was our first time there. Overprotected, Emily, and all that. So we were stopping. I have two. One is 5. So the 5-year-old, I know you have grandchildren. So this is just a, y'all might do this already. So,
All right, gang, we're gonna get this party started. Again, this has just been awesome today to see how many people are here in person. It just feels like it did before COVID. Just want to say it made me think about the hard work that Elizabeth Garcia put in for 18 months as president and shepherded us through COVID and all those issues. So I don't know if Elizabeth is on Zoom or not, but let's give her a hand. She did a great job. Yeah, I'm excited about my term. Wait, did I say that? Okay, but 18 months and through COVID, some of the most challenging conditions, she did a fabulous job, and I think that's why we're back here today. So I want to say thank you to her. Melody is going to do our guest announcements. Notice the hat.
So you all remember, we're having our hat and bow tie competition at the Kentucky Derby party, and we will have a women's division and a men's division. So in honor of that, Chris has promised that whatever hat I show up here with next week, he will wear it. He does not know what he got himself into. Anyhow, so we have great guest speaker. I'm assuming somebody else introduces the guest speaker in a minute. Robert Barnes is with us from the Madison Club again. Thank you, Rob. Glad to see you again. And we have one other guest today, and she is my guest. So I get, if you'll please stand, Stephanie. So this is Stephanie Hendon. Many of you will know her because she was a member of this club about almost 3 years ago. And so, as many of y'all know, I have retired. And in my retirement system with the company I retired from, which is Edward Jones, the person who's retiring gets to handpick their successors and be involved with their successors training and then mentor their successor for a couple of years. And so Stephanie is one of my successors who took over my office at Edward Jones. And we were chatting at my retirement party this past weekend, and I found out that she used to be a member of this club, and I'm like, oh, it's time for you to come back. So y'all help me, I'm working on it.
Well, if I remember correctly, your husband's name's Chris, and he's FBI, and he's spoken for us before. So we get a 2-for-1 when we get you back, right? Okay? And we don't have to mess with you too much. All right, we got Josh Carey here today. Been awesome sitting there talking to him and get some inside scoop on the trash can, as we're excited for him to be here and speak to us about the season that starts this week. So that's great. Coming up, Thrive Alabama will be here next week. Excited to hear that speech. Jim French is working hard on preparing a great robotics presentation. We're looking to get the students here, the robot here. Such a marquee initiative for this group is having so much more success now that we're back from COVID. I'm excited to hear about that and continue to grow that program. Is Jim here today? I think so. We've got the big weekend coming up. I got some notes for you on that, right? I sent an email last night about the first robotics tournament this weekend. So y'all please check your emails. I gave you details in there about the event. A video talking about what it is. We showed that last week. Then volunteer opportunities. Jim, did you have anything you wanted to mention about this weekend?
Just to encourage everybody to drop in for however much time they've got. If you haven't seen it in person, it's a real good kid. So on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there'll be competitions going on, and you get a chance to see the kids and all the action. Well, you got somebody to bring with you, great. You don't have somebody to bring with you, come anybody.
Yeah, I think if you watch that video that we showed last week, you can see how dynamic it is and how excited the kids are to be competing against each other. And it's a big event. How far do we pull kids from?
Brazil.
Wow, okay. So this is an international one then. Okay, fantastic, right here in Huntsville. Thanks, Jim, appreciate it. All right, we also got an children's choir coming to sing to us. That's gonna be really fun. We're excited about that. Please keep in mind, Billings Lake House picnic on the 30th. Really excited about that every year, and my kids are excited about that. We could use one person to help us coordinate that if you feel like being a little bit of a party planner. The Billings usually have, the food situation and drink situation squared away. We've got a good template for that we use already. But if you'd like to help put anything else together, help participate with that, we could use some help there. We're gonna do no meeting. I highlighted that big bold there, May 4th, because then our Derby fundraiser is May 7th. I'm really excited about that. We're gonna hear how that's going here in just a minute. And then we've got Mazda Toyota Manufacturing coming on May 11th to give us an update there. So we're really excited about that presentation. All right, Ramp Build is back on this week. Another opportunity to change your life. Pete's back with us today. Give us the updates, Pete.
Okay, you can tell by the hat, we are going to build a real ramp this time. We're not going to floor the clinic for 4 days like we did the last month. But we are going to build one, guys and gals. We need your help on Saturday. We right now have got, I think, we just added another 13 for Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. And this is, the address is 2300 Durham Avenue, okay? And so we will be doing the pre-built this evening. And actually, we're just having to fill in some shortages that CASA has on some of their others. So we probably will be getting out of there pretty early tonight. But those of you that can assist us tonight, we'd appreciate it. More importantly, also on Friday at around noon at the CASA warehouse, we'll be loading out and then delivering the materials to the client. And then on Saturday morning at 8, we'll start building this one. This one's 44 feet, I believe, 43 feet. So if you can make it Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, please try and make it, okay? We could use some help. A lot of folks are out of town for various spring breaks and other things that are going on. So if you can make it, it would be a real help to us. All right, that's it. Thank you very much.
All right. Oh, just as he's eating his dessert, Roger, we got your slide up here. Did you want to make any comments? Sounds like we got a lot of more kids coming back to school, and this is our senior group, correct? I hope I took the right picture. I'm sorry, Roger. Do what I can. I've got you at the perfect time eating your dessert.
I should be on top of this. But we have 20 students here that are in English immersion. That's where we take them out of the regular school and give them English immersion. They read and analyze 35 Newbery Award novels. They analyze them. These kids work their ass off. So that's just a small group of them.
Okay, thanks, Fred. You gave me the picture, so I hope it's the right one to put up. You said it to me.
They're incoming, sir.
Okay, awesome. Well, again, it just shows the amazing progress we continue to have with our Uganda folks, and that's awesome to see.
Oh, can I point out again that even this young man looks like we're getting that close to restarting the.
Yeah, I think you're just waiting on my approval, aren't you? Yes. Yeah, it's off to you now. Billy's done a tremendous job getting us back on track, so Billy, we really appreciate that, and I'll get that button pushed today, I promise. Okay. Speaking of fundraiser, here she comes.
I don't, I ordered it. They'll be here next week, sorry. Okay, so, can we?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, I want to thank our presenting sponsor, Five Stones Research, for presenting this lovely event that'll be downtown at the Redstone, yes, Jody Green, our member, downtown at the Redstone Federal Credit Union. And next, I guess I can. Okay, our Triple Crown sponsors, everybody got to see that beautiful necklace that Reed so graciously donated. And of course, Redstone Federal Credit Union, we're always very thankful for their support, and me. And Chris Kern and Melody as our Winner Circle sponsors. And look, we're getting more and more people. as our mint julep sponsors. So I'd like to encourage people, especially this week. I did a little calculation. Thankfully, I have Gray and Marcia who helped me with this. Here, let me go back so we have the date and the time. And we have 70 sponsorship people with seats coming, and that translates to $20,000. So we're doing really, really well. Because of that, if you don't have the mint julep sponsorship, I'm not sure that I can guarantee you a seat. So I just wanted to let you know, everybody comes, there'll be places to sit outside, but you won't necessarily have a dedicated seat to watch the Derby. There's some like couches and lovely things all around, but I just want everybody to know, if you want a dedicated seat, please consider, instead of buying 2 tickets for you and your significant other, maybe doing the mint julep sponsorship. So we've got lots of fun stuff. We've got a handle on getting some mint julep maker's mark, thanks to Reed's suggestion. And we're gonna have a wine wheel where you can win a bottle of wine. There'll be some fun little games to play. And this should just be a really fun, wonderful event for all of us to have a little bit of fellowship and a good time and raise some money for our Rotary Foundation. Thank you.
And again, if you weren't at the last one, the facilities are fantastic. The Redstone facility, Twickenham, is beautiful. The balcony and patio areas be a really nice event for a Derby day for sure. So. Speaking of Redstone Federal Credit Union, we'd like to recognize one of our own here, Mr. Joe Newberry, who was recognized by our chamber as this year's Distinguished Service Award winner. The Distinguished Service Award is the highest honor the chamber bestows to a deserving volunteer in the Huntsville, Madison County. Joe, congratulations and welcome. You want to know, Joe, you know what's coming, right? Did you examine this picture closely?
I got the money in my pocket.
I don't see any pin, and we'll have Cliff come see you during the meeting and you can pay up, okay? Because I don't see a Rotary pin up there, so make sure we're aware of that. All right.
Joe, I already previewed the slide, I already was gonna.
Those of you remember had the speaker, Karina, last week from Ukraine. We still want to continue to put up here, if you need me to resend this out in an email, opportunities through Rotary to support the Ukraine humanitarian efforts. We do have a proposal from her of how we can help as an organization. We'll take a look at that as a board on Monday. When we have a meeting, we'll see if we've got the capacity to help or not, but we'll share that with membership. So if someone wanted to participate, that you can, okay? Obviously, yes, sir. No, but that's a great idea. We'll put it on there. Yeah, thanks, Sam. Justin's been very, yeah, it is. And I'm sorry, we'll get it up there. Well, so she's got a presentation about, what was the presentation? Am I saying it right? The evacuees coming out, right? And then she gave us, I have another presentation I haven't shared with you about how to assist with the humanitarian efforts. And then we also have the Rotary efforts. So we'll get all of those on the website this week, but great idea, Sam. Thanks. All right, pods are back. We got a new pod this week. So I'm going to thank the pod led by Donnie Rye. We got Jay Billings, Melody, Gary, Tim, and Mike all assisting with that. So thanks again, guys. It's awesome to see the pods back in action, doing a great job. Membership committee is an area that we need some help with. So please keep that in mind if you'd like to assist with membership committee. And we are still looking for a foundation treasurer to replace Gray as he takes on his president-elect duties next year.
That's been taken care of.
Has it?
We have a volunteer.
Are we okay making an announcement to congratulate her?
Randy Blackwell has agreed to do it.
Awesome.
And we'll start after tax season.
Yeah, sounds great. Well, awesome. Good to hear. Thank you, Gray. I appreciate that. All right, with that, Cliff, you want to come up and introduce your speaker, please? Thank you. Unless I missed any other announcements that I'm missing. I'm sorry, Bob, go ahead.
Yes, Will and I would like to thank Pam Snitter, a new member here, who stepped up at the last minute and was a facilitator for part 3.
Wrote RLI.
Our facilitator had a family emergency and she came in and hit the ball out of the park for us.
That's fantastic. I'll make sure to send her an email on that since she's not here today. And she's a great addition to our club. She's a past district governor. She's trained for RLI. So it's just a big coup for us to have her as part of the club. So thanks for letting us know about that. All right, Cliff.
Well, Rotarians, today we have a wonderful, wonderful speaker. And I kind of tried to gauge it to opening day, which, as we all know, will commence on Friday night in Birmingham, but Tuesday here, out here at the Toyota Park. So I was really glad that Josh saw fit to my convincing that you need to come talk to the Greater Huntsville Rotary Club, because if you've ever listened to Josh on the radio, he does the play-by-play for the Trash Pandas. I tell you what, nobody does it better. So Josh, at this time, come on up.
Thank you, Cliff, and very kind of you, and thank you for having me, and thank you for coming, guys. I really appreciate it. To say it's a busy week would be an understatement. In fact, as I speak, our team is going through what we call our internal media day. So the team is here. They're actually up in our stadium club right now, going through all the media things that they do that appear up on the video board, the little games that we play between innings. That we're filming all that stuff right now as we speak. So there's a lot going on at Toyota Field. You guys may have heard that merchandise is kind of a big deal for us. If you've ever been to our team store, bought a shirt or a hat. Well, I've got a couple of free hats that I want to give away right here, but we're going to raffle it off. So I'm going to pass around this helmet, and if you would, just drop a business card. If you have a loose leaf sheet of paper or something, want to write your name on, whatever the case may be, I'll pass it around here, and if someone can just drop it beside me.
I may be able to find some people as I'm going.
So yeah, just go ahead and drop your card on in there, and we'll draw at the end of this. But again, thank you for having me aboard. And what I want to do here is really just kind of go through what was our past season, which was our inaugural season here, and also kind of tell you a little bit more about us and what to expect here in 2022. I asked the wrong guy to walk around. I know. It's all right. Hey, he's done a lot for our country. It's worth it. All right. Rocket City Trash Pandas baseball. Okay, do I do this right? Here we go. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is thank you to all of you. We drew 275,000 fans last year, and that was number 10 in all of minor league baseball. Now, you want to know how many minor league baseball teams there are? There are 120. So here we are, North Alabama, Huntsville, Madison. We finished number 10. And by the way, I want to mention something. We led our league in attendance. We led all of AA in attendance. We also led all of AA in one other category, and that was postponements. It was a very wet summer. We also had some COVID issues at the very end. We had 12 postponements out of 60 days. So we drew that number, 275,000, despite 12 postponements. So that tells you a little something about the excitement here for baseball in North Alabama. But like I said, nearly 300,000 fans showed up, and we continue to break records, not only just with baseball, but also merchandise sales as well. We broke the $4 million mark before our first pitch last season. So this has been a big, which was really big, especially during the pandemic. That was one of our big revenue sources during that time. Okay, so sometimes the good Lord likes to play some tricks with us. Well, check this out. This is not Toyota Field, as you can see. This is actually the AT&T Park in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So after all the wait, all the buildup, then we have the pandemic in 2020, so we have to cancel our first season. 2021 comes around, we are slated to open in Chattanooga, the first ever game in Trash Pandas history. It was scheduled for May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, and boom. Mother Nature decided to open the skies, and the first ever game in Trash Pandas history was rained out. So we had to actually wait another day. Oops, wrong way, sorry. And then it was on May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, why not? So on Cinco de Mayo of May 5th, 2021, we finally had liftoff as we played our first ever game in history against the Chattanooga Lookouts. We lost that day 6-1, and this picture you see in the background right here is actually the first ever pitch being thrown in Rocket City Trash Pandas history. The hitter at the plate there for Rocket City is David McKinnon. He was actually probably our best hitter last season for the Trash Pandas. And the guy throwing the pitch there for Chattanooga, you'll want to remember his name. His name is Hunter Green. Just trust me on this. He's a farmhand for the Cincinnati Reds. He's going to be pretty good. So just remember that name. He threw that one at 101 miles an hour. Yeah. David fouled it off, by the way. Anyway, again, this completed what wound up being a 3-year process, moving from Mobile, Alabama, up here to Madison, Huntsville, Madison. And again, we wound up losing the game 6-1, and then 6 days later, we played our first home game. One of the great things about us is that we've really been able to garner a lot of media attention, and this is what's kept us at the forefront of a lot of people's minds. And there's a lot of reasons for that. The cute mascot, the funky nickname, the merchandise sales have certainly been a big cause for that. Just some of the places, some of the outlets that have covered us here in the Rocket City, the New York Times, the CBS Evening News did a piece on us about the return of minor league baseball. Barstool Sports, MLB.com, The Athletic, MILB.com, of course, and Ballpark Digest. But, you know, when you get the New York Times and the CBS Evening News covering you, it probably means you're doing something right. So a lot of people have been keeping us at the forefront of folks' minds. Okay, so how did we do last season? You know what? We had a pretty solid year on the field. We weren't, I'll be honest, we weren't a spectacular team, but we didn't need to be. People were just so excited to have baseball back. We were just kind of a middle of the road ball club. We had a lot of good guys who were good for the community. We might not have won as many games as we would have liked, but at the same time, we didn't lose a ton of games either. We finished 54 and 56 overall. Here's the interesting thing. We never were 4 games above nor 4 games below 500 at any point in the season until September. We were just very even keel throughout the entire year. We actually finally, in early September, we went on a 5-game winning streak. We were tied for the league lead with about 2 weeks to go. We go to Birmingham and we lose 6 in a row. We had a bunch of guys who were called up. This is where the COVID issues started. Had a lot of problems at Salt Lake. A lot of guys had to be replaced, so they were bumped up. We were replaced with a lot of other guys who really weren't ready for AA. Went on that losing streak, and then we came home to play Pensacola. We played 2 against them, and then the rest of those games were knocked out because of COVID issues. But as you see, 54 and 56 overall record, you know, pretty middle of the road. 30 and 22 record at home. We led the league in strikeouts, over 1,100 of those. We also led all of our league in home runs with 152. And for a time, we led all of AA in home runs as well. There you see the home attendance, nearly 275,000. And like I said, that averages out to about 5,700 per game, I should say. So yeah, there you go. It was overall a pretty solid year on the field, and it's very nice for a first season. Okay, you don't have a team that's awful and is going to turn folks away. Nice, very even, middle of the road type of ball club. Getting the call. Okay, this was really the highlight of the year. At the end of the day, minor league baseball is about developing players. Okay. I love to tell you it's about winning championships and getting the ring and having the parade and all that good stuff. But let's be honest, the Los Angeles Angels, who are our major league affiliate, they're not worried about winning a Southern League title, okay? They want to win a World Series title. And the only way you do that is to get the best guys in your farm system up to the major leagues as soon as possible. So we had 10 guys who were called up to the major leagues last year. Very proud of it. The guy you see there on the left, that's Reed Detmers, and you will hear his name for many, many years to come. He will be an all-star, I predict, one day. Left-handed flamethrower. He was the guy who led the list. And ironically, all of these guys on this list who made their major league debut, well, they're all pitchers. That year in the draft, the Los Angeles Angels, they had 20 selections in the draft. Every single one of them was a pitcher. So needless to say, the Angels, well, they're a little pitching heavy right now. So that's what they're kind of motioning themselves towards as they go down the line and into the future for their organization. But a lot of these guys, some of them were with us for a few months. Reed was with us until August. Some were with us for only a couple of weeks, but every one of them made it to Los Angeles last year. And at the end of the day, that's the purpose of minor league baseball, preparing these guys for the ultimate goal. Ooh, wrong way again. Like I said, number one in attendance. Look, folks, just to be very candid, that's our win and loss. It's not the wins and losses for the Trash Pandas. It's how many butts we can get in the seats. That's our job. So like I said, number one in attendance, 10th in all minor league baseball. We ranked ahead of many AAA ball clubs. For those of you who don't know how minor league baseball works, there's 4 levels of the minors right now. There's low A, high A, double A, triple A. We're double A. AAA is reserved for cities like El Paso, Indianapolis, St. Paul, Las Vegas. Many of those cities have NFL or NBA, right? Those are bigger cities. They're supposed to outdraw us. Those were some of the cities that outdrew us. We were also the highest average attendance among all AA teams. Like I said, a little over 5,700 fans, but we did so well, we outdrew a lot of other AAA markets like Durham, and Charlotte, and Oklahoma City, Salt Lake. Memphis has a AAA team, as does Jacksonville. San Antonio and Birmingham are both AA, but Birmingham, they've been around longer than we have, and San Antonio has been around a lot longer than we have. They have the Spurs as well, so they have a lot more people, but we were still able to outdraw them. We were very proud of that. Okay, so if you ever come to a Trash Pandas game, I always try to tell people, the game is the main thing, and I get it, but try to think of minor league baseball as a carnival with a diamond in the middle of it, all right? It's about the entire experience, and one of the things we do to draw people into our ballpark is our game nights. Every single night, there's something different going on. It could be a giveaway, like a bobblehead. It can be a theme. Every Tuesday, for example, it's ladies' night. On Wednesdays, we have dog days. Thursdays, we have a special on beers and hamburgers. On Fridays, those are our fireworks nights. Those are easily our most popular evenings, by the way. And then on Sundays, this is a very special day for me because I'm such a fan of the military. Those are our military appreciation days. But like I say, we have giveaways. We have a lot of live music performances on those Burger and Bud's happy hours. We have jersey auctions, I think 4 times this season. Well, the Trash Pandas will wear specialty jerseys, and then they'll be auctioned off after the game with the proceeds going to a 501(c). And then, like I say, the post-game promotions as well, some of those are fireworks. And then, and I talked to Cliff and Sam about this before I came up here. One of the biggest reasons why Toyota Field was built, and number one was baseball, there's no question. But this stadium and every other stadium like it, it has to do more. It can't just be a baseball stadium. It has to be a year-round facility. And one of the things we pride ourselves in is what can we do outside of Trash Pandas games? Well, here's a perfect example. This was actually taken during the pandemic. We had a movie night. Now, when our 2020 season was knocked out, we had to come up with other ideas to drive revenue. So we had block parties, we had movie nights, we had, I believe a little later after things had started to loosen up a little bit, I believe we had Beer and Wine Fest, the Christmas light show, which we'll have back this year as well. We did a lot of different things with our ballpark to show folks, hey, this is why the stadium was built. If we don't have baseball, we can do other things with this. So we have movie nights on the field where people can lay out blankets and watch a film on our video board as well. So those are just some of the things we do, but then we have a lot of smaller events as well in a lot of our specialty areas. We can have wedding rehearsals. We can do Christmas parties. We can do bar mitzvahs. We can do whatever you can think of. If you own a business and you want to have a little group get together, you can do that at our ballpark as well. We are a 365-day facility. So that's what the purpose of Toyota Field is. Baseball, yes, but other things as well. Oh, and by the way, during the pandemic, about 250,000 people still came in through our doors. We're pretty proud of that. Okay, like I said, Military Appreciation Day, that's very, very special to us. I mean, we have Redstone Arsenal right across the way, so if we didn't do anything, they'd probably come across the street and have a word with us or two. But that happens every Sunday. We host veterans and we recognize them during the game. We ask them to stand and please have themselves recognized. They get a nice standing ovation. Members of the military also throw out first pitches before the game as well. And then this is also pretty awesome. Every September 11 or somewhere around the date, if the Trash Pandas are playing, we try to have a tribute night, and it involves the USA Patriots as well as the Bearded Warriors. It's a softball game for those who have seen action and have come back and are trying to recover their lives. It's a very special night, and it's just one of the many things we do to honor our military and all the great things they have done for us. Fireworks, we had 21 last year. We're gonna have 25 this upcoming season. Like I said, every Friday and Saturday, it's easily the most popular nights of the entire season. You're looking at about 7,000 to 7,500 people every fireworks night. And there's just a little glimpse of that right there. And we also do fireworks on other specialty evenings. I think we'll have a July 4th spectacular a couple of days before July 4th because it falls on a Saturday. We'll probably have fireworks then. And then we also did them for a lot of our block parties and things like that as well. So these are always a hot item at Toyota Field. Okay, I talked about some of the meeting spaces that, hey, you guys can always use throughout the entire year. You want to use it on a Tuesday afternoon, a Wednesday morning, whatever the case may be. This is what this is here for. Now, this is a look at our double suite. If you ever rented it out for a ball game, you get a 2.5-hour buffet, you get a first pitch representative, you get your name on the video board, and that's for just a ball game. But you can also rent these out for non-baseball events as well. Overall, we had 5,500 people in our concourse suites, which are just what they sound. They're located right on the concourse. There's 4 of those. We had over 5,000 people in our Wicks Family Foundation party deck, which is easily our most popular item because there's only one of those. We had nearly 6,000 people total in our suites. So we have 2 single suites and a double suite to go along with the party deck as well throughout Toyota Field. And we had around 15,000 people on our Wayne's Picnic Patio, which seats over 300 people per ball game. That can be rented out for as few as 6 people or as many as 312 people. A lot of businesses will rent those out for an employee appreciation night, but some smaller businesses will do it just for a company night out, 20, 25, 30 people. Jersey auctions. I talked a little bit about this earlier. We're going to have 4 specialty jersey nights this year. And what's cool about it is the Trash Pandas will wear a specialty jersey. After the ball game, the guys will take off the jerseys and we'll wash them, don't worry. But after we wash them, what we'll do is we'll auction off the jerseys with the proceeds going to a 501(c)(3). So, for example, Armed Forces Jersey Night. This was actually worn by the players last May 27th or 28th. It was the Thursday before Memorial Day. And so they wore the jerseys, we auctioned them off afterward, and the proceeds went to Still Serving Veterans. Northrop Grumman was the sponsor. A little later, we had a space jersey, which Lockheed Martin took part in, and then we had a 90s jersey and a superhero jersey and a Huntsville Havoc jersey as well. This year, we're going to come back with an Armed Forces jersey, a space jersey, and I think we're going to have one for July 4th. And there's another one that that's not quite coming to mind right now. But as you see at the bottom, we were able to raise over $40,000 for local 501(c)(3)s. Dog days, love this one. I have a dog myself, so I'm always happy to do these. We have 10 dog days throughout the year. It's every single Wednesday. You can bring your 4-legged friend into the ballpark for free. There will be a table out there with a local, a local foundation there, the Humane Society or someone along those lines. We always encourage folks to donate because they do such good work as well. But we will have these guys back out there every Wednesday who can take in the ball game. And there you see a list of some of the organizations who take part in that as well. And again, we also host nonprofits. We're very big in the nonprofit community. If anyone is interested, I can certainly give you the name of our community relations director. She does a tremendous job. But anyone with 501(c)(3) status can set up a free table alongside our concourse during any Trash Pandas game and be our community spotlight 501(c) of the ball game. But we certainly welcome these people throughout the year as well. Instructional camps. I talked about some of the different things we do throughout the season. Well, when the Trash Pandas are on the road, we still want to use Toyota Field. So we're going to have instructional camps throughout the summer as well. Obviously, a lot of parents are going to want to get the kids out of the house, and understandably so. We had 2 camps at Toyota Field last year. One of them was a 5-day camp that wasn't baseball oriented. It was like a day camp. It was, arts and crafts and, kickball, things like that, wiffle ball. Lunch was served in the stadium club, and when the players came back to town, they actually had a Q&A, which was pretty cool as well. And then later we had a baseball camp, which featured campers 8 to 10 who were actually taught by Trash Pandas players, given some tips on baseball, which was pretty neat. Like I said, Christmas light show, we just finished up our second one this past winter. We have brought in nearly 50,000 cars over the first 2 years of the Christmas light show. If you haven't seen it, it runs throughout our parking lot. That's where the lights are set up. But we also have what we call a winter wonderland that goes into our stadium as well. You can do cookie decorating, there's s'mores, there's fire pits, and we're looking to expand upon that during the winter as well. So that's going to be coming back for year 3, and it's easily one of the bigger highlights throughout North Alabama when it comes to winter activities. So we're looking forward to having this back here in year 3 in 2022. There's a look at our schedule. Like I said, season gets underway on Friday. We'll be down in Birmingham. Then the home slate gets underway on April 12th. Just some quirks to the schedule. Tuesday through Saturday games will begin at 6:35. Our Sunday contests begin at 2:35. We will have an 11:05 a.m. game against Birmingham on April the 27th. That's going to be an education day. We're going to bring out all the school kids throughout North Alabama, let them watch a game, introduce them to Trash Pandas baseball. Because of that early start time, we're going to start the game beforehand on April the 26th, just slightly earlier. That'll be a 6:05 start. And then everything else is pretty much the same. I would say the biggest highlight in this schedule is a couple of things. Number one, the Mississippi Braves will be coming to town June 7th through the 12th. That's the first time they'll be in town. They didn't come here last year. That is Atlanta's AA affiliate. I know there are a lot of Braves fans in here. So if you're wanting to see who the Braves have in their farm system, that'll be the week to come. And then also July 4th against Chattanooga. First ever Monday game in Rocket City Trash Pandas history, but it's also the first ever Independence Day game in Trash Pandas history as well. Huge fireworks show. Raytheon is going to be the sponsor of that ball game, and we look forward to having that one as well. And like I said, fireworks every Friday and Saturday if you're looking to come on out. And that's it. Just want to be sure. I always forget if I'm at the end or not. But anyway, thank you for listening. And looks like we have some time for questions, and I'll open it up. Go ahead, sir.
Statement is, I remember when they first announced the Trash Pandas come to Huntsville or come to the area. When I heard the name Trash Pandas won the poll or whatever, I was like, I can't people on the internet name a team. But as soon as I saw the logo, I was like, never mind, this is the greatest thing. That trash can logo is amazing. Whoever designed that deserves praise. Second, the question is, since I know they're renovating Joe Davis Stadium where the Huntsville Stars used to play, is that trying to compete with Toyota Field, or is it like together?
So I don't know by the way, hi to the people on Zoom. I didn't say hi to you guys earlier. I'm sorry. I was told to repeat the questions. The gentleman asked, well, first he made a statement about how he didn't like the Trash Panda name, but now he likes it, so that's all good. The second thing, but what he wanted to ask is, they're renovating Joe Davis Stadium, and is that meant to compete with Toyota Field? Frankly, I don't know, because I'm not in on the conversations, but from what I understand, I think they're trying to make that into a soccer stadium. Am I right there, guys? Okay, the answer is yes. So, yeah, so soccer and baseball. I think soccer, if they ever got a team here, I think they play at most twice a week. We play every day. So, no, I mean, in a short answer is no. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Where do we hear your broadcast of the games?
Okay, several ways to do that. The question is, where can you hear or see my broadcast? So there are three ways. Regular over-the-air radio, which is 103.9 FM WUMP. You can also get it on the MILB.com app, which is, you can just download to your phone and do that. You can also see the stream if we're doing a home game on MILB.com. So that's another way to do it. So it's actually four ways. That's number three. And then number four, all of our home games are on this TV, which is a substation of WAAY. So TV, visual stream, audio stream, and regular radio. Four ways to hear me or see me. Hopefully you'll just hear me. You don't want to see me.
Josh, can you tell us a little bit about the impact your dad and grandfather had on your vocation?
Okay. The question is the impact my family had on my vocation. For those who don't know, Josh Carey, last name Carey. My grandfather is Harry. My dad is Skip. My brother Chip is currently doing games for the Braves. So believe it or not as much as you may think. And I only say that because at first I didn't want to get into the industry. I thought about a career in marketing. But then, you know, I had done a little bit of broadcasting in college. A job had come open with the Rome Braves of the South Atlantic League, Atlanta's A team. And so I thought, look, how about I give this a try, see if I like it or not. And so I did it and I fell in love with it. And so I fell in love with it very late. I was 25 years old. Typically you want to start in this when you're, you know, in your teens, but you know, it's better late than never. And so it's all worked out well because it led me to here. Yes, sir.
Is there a World Series, so to speak, of minor league?
Oh, okay, good question. Is there a World Series for the minor leagues? Not in the sense of a Major League World Series. There is a championship for our league. The way it's going to be done this year is they're going to split the season into two halves. So on June the 26th, I think the first half of the season will end. You'll have a champion for that first half, and then you'll have a champion for the second half of the year in each division. So there'll be 4 playoff teams. Northern Division champion in the first half, a Northern Division champion in the second half, same thing in the South. So 2 champions in each league. There'll be a semifinal round and then a championship round. And then of those 8 teams, you'll have 1 champion for the postseason. So for those 8 teams in that one league, yes, there's a champion, but not like all of AA or anything like that. Anyone else?
Josh, yeah, I know this, but any insight on the Jimmy Buffett Hotel and resort coming, that sort of thing, is that still happening?
Yeah, the question about Margaritaville coming to town Madison, which when it was first thought up, it was going to be just beyond the center field wall. I have not heard anything different. As far as I'm concerned, it's still on. I have not heard anything, and until I hear anything, I'm just going to assume that it's still happening. Obviously, COVID knocked a lot of things back, but I don't know. I just don't know. Anyone else? All right, guys, it was an absolute pleasure. And if you have any other questions, just don't hesitate to come up to me. And let's draw away. This will, okay, hat number 1 goes to Todd Kirk. And Mary Grace Evans.
One quick question.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yes.
What's the chances of getting bumped up to AAA because of the attendance and stuff?
Okay, well, I don't know. A lot of that has to do with the logistics and can we get around and where does our airport fly to? Will it get us to other minor league cities and things like that? It's always possible. I think, by the way, the question was, would they ever bump the Trash Bandits to AAA? It's always possible. But I think first and foremost, you would need to have a major league affiliate nearby. That would certainly help. Obviously, if Nashville got a team, that would be interesting. But you also need an airport because AAA, they fly. Where are they going to fly us to? I mean, if the Huntsville airport doesn't fly you to, say, Norfolk, Virginia, or Charlotte, North Carolina, or Memphis, Tennessee, and I don't know where it flies to, just as an example, then it might be kind of hard. So there would be a lot of logistics that would have to be worked out for that to happen.
Josh, thank you.
Thank you.
I had one other announcement that I forgot. You all know Beth Brooks started the year as our not membership director, our club service director, which really helps us run meetings. And she unfortunately has been dealing with some health issues and she's having surgery this week. So be in prayer for her. The surgery hopefully will be the last step of her process and she'll make a full recovery and we'll let you know how that goes. I would like to give a big appreciation to Cliff for helping us run speakers and getting engaged and making all that work for us. So Cliff, thank you very much. And a special recognition for Paul, who's really stepped up with getting our pods back on track and running the meetings by himself before we did that. So Paul, thank you very much. Any other announcements or questions? All right, with that, let's end with the four-way test, please. Right, of all the things that we think, say, or do, first,
Is it true?
second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build better friendships?
and fourth.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being Rotarians. Have a great day.
I knew you've been in.
Yeah.